All right, my friends, I'm asking you to help this guy who had emailed me. Let's give him some inspiration if you find it worthwhile. Because I think this could be huge. Actually, I find it nuts. So, as you go through this, I'm asking you, my audience, is that if you find what this guy is saying worthwhile and something he should pursue, put a thumbs up on there, would you please? It's nuts. So anyway, so we'll call him Joe. We'll just say Joe out there in the hinterland of America. Joe from flyover country. He says, "Hey Josh, I just saw your video pop up on how to make money in retirement. I think you just inspired me to get started. I've been holding off on YouTube because of my worries about how long will it take to get 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours viewed, and also this new child online privacy thing. B, what if I show something and someone gets hurt doing it? Maybe I could get sued and lose everything. And C, how do I make sure people don't look me up and find where I live? I have kids and I'm very sensitive to that." All right. So let's go to how long it'll take to get his 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 views, 4,000 hours viewed. That's when you start monetizing things. It might take forever. I don't know. But you have none right now. None. In fact, the irony of this all, I'll share here in just a second. And this guy should know. You have none. And so you'll have none tomorrow and none the next day. If you keep saying how long it's going to take, you can't do it. Like, who's that guy, Confucius or something like that, says, the journey of 10,000 miles starts with the first step. You got to start. So here's what was always inspired me is a guy named Jack Spurko from the Survival Podcast down in Texas. And this was hugely helpful to me. He said, look, just start your podcast, start your channel, because no one is going to hear you the first 3 months. No one will know who you are. No one will give a freaking care about you. No one cares. No one knows. So you can make all the mistakes in the world you want. It doesn't matter because no one is going to know who you are. It's the first 3 months is your ramp, essentially. It's God's way of providing you the ramp to get started and get confident to see how it works without worrying about all these people are going to watch you. In fact, it's funny because when I first started on YouTube, I clicked on the live stream to see how it worked, and I was live. And I remember I was nervous, like, oh my goodness, all these people are going to log in, and no one did because no one knew who I was. No one knew my channel, nothing. I'll never forget. I was sitting in a hotel. It was in March of 2018. I was getting ready to quit my crappy old job up in Portsmouth, and I was waiting. I had like 2 more days to go before I was going to lay down the thing. And anyway, so I'm sitting there just practicing on YouTube, and then I said, what happens if I click on this and go live? And next thing I said, it says, you're live. I said, what? It is funny, man, and it was. And then I got nervous and I deleted it because I said, oh, I'm not, And man, well, long story short, what happens is YouTube shows it after it's been live. They show it to your, whoever's out there. And I deleted that, and I did it again, and I deleted that again. And I said, oh, I can practice here, and no one will know. It was actually pretty interesting. And then I think come like June, I did a live one, maybe July, my back porch here, and I had like 6 people on it, or maybe 3 people on it. And I said, people are actually watching this. It's interesting, and it's fun. But it took a while, man. It took a while. I mean, I'm right at almost, as of right now, I got 24,950 subscribers, I think. So I'm basically right shy of 25,000. And I have almost 2,000 videos, Joe. And it just takes a long time. But I am making about $2,500 a month on YouTube. And that's money that I need. But I didn't make anything a year and a half ago, about a year and 9 months ago now. So it takes time. But let me share with you, my friends, what old Joe, what his skill set is. And he'll say, oh, dude, you got so much in there, that noggin of yours. What if you show something and you get sued? Well, hell, dude. I mean, people sue anybody for anything anymore. At the end of the day, remember, your home and your retirement accounts are shielded. They're shielded from creditors and predators and in-laws and outlaws, so you don't have to worry about that. I'm not an attorney, but look, if someone wants to sue you, they can sue you for anything. There's just no getting around that. So let me share a story about how absurd the idea that you will be sued is. So a long time ago, I was falsely accused of something. I actually was arrested and put in jail for a night, and And it was nuts. It was nuts. And the whole thing was fake news. Freaking F the Me Too people. That's all I got to say about that. And I'm still bitter by this because it was nuts. They all kiss my butt. That's all there is to it. Lena Dunham can kiss my butt when she falsely accused that guy from Oberlin, and all these people can kiss my butt. That's all there is to it. I am angry by it because it's fake, and it just ticks me off. And the sad thing is there are people who are abused, but all you fakers, all you fake, man. All right. Anyway, so long story short, I had to spend probably $10,000. I sold all my LPs to hire a defense attorney to take my defense. We had moved to Phoenix, my wife and I had to fly back to Virginia to defend myself. I was depressed. I wasn't suicidal, but I was very, very depressed during that time. I said, this is nuts. And this is why I always take the side of the accused, because the accused means nothing. Anyway, and long story short, we come, 6, 8 months, 10 months go by, and I got to pay this guy just thousands of dollars to defend me, and we finally go to trial. And I was able to gather up all the people who saw the incident and said, this is bullcrap. And people who didn't know me from Adam, but just one guy who saw me get arrested came up to me and goes, dude, I saw the whole thing. This is nuts. I said, and he goes, I'll testify on your behalf for sure. He and his girlfriend, he and his wife are sitting in the far back crevices of my dark bar. I said, thanks. And thankfully I kept his card, and I called him, and I'm grateful to this man and his wife for coming, because they weren't even around. they came in it was a hike for them. Anyway, long story short, I show up, and the girl who accused me didn't bother. I said, what the hell, man? What's this? She can do all this, put me through this. I have to pay, and nothing happens to her. It's nuts. And I looked at my attorney. He goes, "Oh, good news. Nothing goes forward." I said, "No, I based almost a year of my life has been, put through the grinder because of this, and I got no recourse." He goes, "Well," I said, "I want to sue her for false accusation." He goes, "Well, what's it going to do?" I said, "Because she shouldn't do that. She needs to pay for what she caused, the damage she caused." And he goes, "I'll never forget this." He goes, "But she doesn't have any money." And I said, "Huh?" He goes, "What are you going to get?" I said, "So that's it?" She goes, "Yeah. You should take, happiness in knowing that you won." I said, "But I didn't win. I'm the loser here." Anyway, the point is that these suits happen not for you, Joe, in the hinterlands. They happen for the insurance companies. So the suits that come, they don't care about you, because they're not going to get any of your assets, because unless your assets are, $3 million in a brokerage account, which I imagine they're not, your assets in a retirement accounts in your home, they can't go after those. Just look at O.J. Simpson. So, don't let that be your bridge to fall, or your hill to die on, because it's nuts. How do you make sure people don't look you up? You can't, dude. Anyone can look you up now. If you want to type in Joe Schmo from the hinterlands, you can look him up. That's just a fact, man. Anyone could look me up. My man Sticks up there in Vermont, he actually says, "I know people can find me, so I'm going to give you before you have to even look. Here's my address." You can't stop, and there's nothing private anymore. Just keep that in mind. So at the end of the day, I guess this went on a little bit of a diatribe of my own issue about being sued. But yeah, dude, you can't control this. The only thing you can control is what you can do. All right. So anyway, Joe says he put a crappy 40-second video out there for something for his dad, to show his dad how to do something. And now it has almost 200,000 views. And I actually looked up that video. And so 200,000 views. Thus, he has his 4,000 hours already. In fact, I didn't see how many subscribers he has, if anyway. So he put one 40-second video out there to show his dad how to do something. And that's got almost 200,000 views. And if you look at the comments there, you can say, "Oh, thank you. I didn't know how to do this. And for Joe out in the hinterlands, it's something simple. But obviously for everybody else, it wasn't something simple, which goes back to this part. All right. And basically, he didn't even know he had that many views until one of his kids told him that. So based on what you are saying, Josh, I should start monetizing and doing Amazon affiliate marketing, since I DIY almost everything anyway. Do you think anyone would watch any of these projects I've done below? Listen to this. I wired my 2-story house since I grew up in the business with my dad, who is an electrician. How to save a bunch on cell phones rather than get sucked into the overpriced iPhone and Samsung phones. I pay about $200 for my brand new smartphones. Build computers from scratch. Re-image cell phones from scratch. Set up my own security cameras outside the house. Cut the cord with Comcast and replace it with Sling and a garage antenna. Converted my house into a smart house, replacing sprinkler control, thermostat, more cameras, smart plugs. I can now use my voice to turn on lights, set thermostat, water the garden in any zone. I built 2 sheds out back. I rebuilt my old Holley 5210 carb on my car back in college. Just recently replaced the carburetor on my lawnmower. Replaced brakes and calipers so many times I stopped counting. Also starters, thermostats, hoses, mufflers. Replaced the radiator in my 2001 Caravan. Replaced flooring in several rooms, carpet tile and engineering wood. Installed a jacuzzi, vanity, toilet, and finished off the rest of the basement. Sheetrock, hang, singlet, blah, blah, blah. And added 1,200 square foot to 2 upper floors of a 2,200 square foot home. Now that I realize it, I've done a lot of stuff over the years. What would I call my channel? These things seem to be all over the map and focus on anything specific. Anyway, hopefully you will see me finally get started in a business online before I'm 60. Thanks for all the great videos and the inspiration. Where to start? Look at the knowledge this guy's got, man. Hell, I'd watch any of these videos because it's fun. I'd be like, and the funny thing is, going back to the guys talking about yesterday, let me pause and find that video. Hold on a second. All right, so I typed in how to replace incinerator garbage disposal, and here's this guy comes up right here. This is Sparky Channel, 1 million views. Watch this.
Clean your sink real good.
I mean, look, it's just so. Oh man, watch. Is that professional? No, but he's got 1.093 million views. Sparky has 168,000 subscribers. I mean, look at all these links. All these links are to stuff on YouTube, on Amazon that he is getting paid if you click on it. Just look at this. He did this 5 years ago. Let's see what old Sparky's channel consists of here. All right, so I'm going to subscribe because this interests me. All right, so he's got, let's see. So videos. So I have 1,003 subscribers over the last 30 days. He's got 3.3 thousand subscribers over the last 30 days. So let's watch the views. Views last 30 days. Sparky's got 1.17 million views over the last 30 days. I got 311,000 over the last 30 days. He has 909 videos out there. All right, man, this guy is making bank. I can't tell you how much this guy is making. So look at these. Let's see what he's got here. So let's go to videos. We're going to sort by most popular. How to wire 3-way switches. 2 million views. How to replace ink cartridges on the Epson. How to fix 3-way switch problems. Actually, I'm interested in that myself. I haven't watched it yet. He talks about DeWalt versus Milwaukee impact drivers. I guarantee he's got a link to both of these suckers, and I guarantee he's making money. Crazy. All right, so let's go to social. Let me pause. We're going to go to socialblade.com. This is called the Sparky channel, so hold on just a second. So here's socialblade.com, and this is what everyone uses to get a gauge what other channels are doing. So we're going to hit Sparky channel. So socialblade.com, you type in whatever channel you want to look up, and you can look. I'll show you mine here in just a second. And this will give us a rough gauge. It's pretty close, actually. It will give us a rough gauge. So here's the Sparky channel. He's had 60 million views over the course of his channel career. All right, so what we got here is a Sparky channel. He started in 2010. I don't know that to be true because it says I started in 2017, and I did not. But anyway, almost 61 million views. All right, look at this. He is making it's freaking nuts, man. He's had 1.2 million views over the last month. He's making about $200 a day, give or take. It's anywhere between 14 to 200. So we'll say $100 a day, and I bet it's even more than that actually, and that's just on what he's making off YouTube. Doesn't include his Amazon affiliates. I mean, look at this. He's getting 50,000 views, 40,000, 40,000, 30,000 views a day. And so they're basically saying he is making 57,000 year earnings a year. And that's not even his Amazon affiliates. So let me show you mine. So I mean, my man Joe in the hinterlands, you think he can't do that? Heritage Wealth right there. All right, so I'll show you because you can compare it to mine. And here we got old Josh. See, it says I started 2017. I didn't, so I'm not sure where they get that. All right, so it says here I am making about 15,000 a year earnings. So I'm making more than that. So, and I know I'm making about twice what they're showing here, and I know that because A, how much I get paid, but B, if you download the app, you can see exactly what YouTube pays me. And I'll go to, let's see here, dashboard. Nope, I'll go to, hold on a second. So I'm going to the app. I'll go to analytics, and you can see all this stuff in analytics. And what it'll show you is revenue, and you can see right there that this month I'm making $2,900. Now, why am I making $2,900 in this month? Because this is the advertising primo season is in October, November, December. So my man Sparky, he's gonna be making big bank this month because all the stuff he's putting out there. People want to watch those videos and pay big money to advertise on his channel, guaranteed. Anyway, so what you can see here is you can see it says I made $41 yesterday, and actually according to YouTube, yesterday I made $93 yesterday, and this says actually funny on Sunday I made $39, and YouTube says I made about $140. So it's interesting. So this might be a little bit shy. Now I'm in a financial planning realm, which is a very profitable niche, and so I don't know how that relates to other people, but anyway, so you can see that, dude, nuts, and that's Sparky's channel. So I mean, oh man, and look, I don't make that much on Amazon. I probably make $2 a day on my Amazon affiliate links, but I guarantee that guy Sparky is making bank. So give a thumbs up to our friend here, Joe in the hinterland. I mean, look at this. Just build computers from scratch, build 2 sheds out back, change your carburetor on your lawnmower. Don't get too caught up, too, in the viewing. Like, oh, I got to make it a perfect video. No, you don't. Actually, let's go back. Someone had mentioned kind of about Scotty Kilmer. Let's look at him. Oops. One sec. Because he's a car guy. Scotty Kilmer. And Scotty, I like him. He's an entertaining guy. Yeah, here's Scotty. Watch this. He's got 841 million views. Freaking nuts. This guy is making anywhere between $100,000 to $2 million of revenue off of YouTube alone. Never mind the Amazon affiliate links. So the thing with my man Joe here, where I don't have that much to refer people to on Amazon because I don't sell products. I can, obviously I can rate books, but in terms of what is it in financial planning that people would buy from Amazon, not much. I guess I could do reviews on InSinkErator garbage disposal. That'd be fine, but that's not what my channel is for. But these guys are going to Scotty's channel to learn about cars. And he says, look, buy this buy this brakes. I don't know, buy it through my link and, I get paid. It's, Joe, you got so much talent, man. I just put it out there. And if you watch Scotty's videos, he comes across like he's drunk half the time. I don't know if he is or not, but it's funny. Lastly, that's the thing. You got to be entertaining. Don't try to make it overly edited. That's boring. People don't want boring. Oh, I can't tell you how many financial advisors are out there, which is why I think I've made a little bit of an audience for myself because I just, I used to be, I got to follow this mode of financial advisors with my suit and tie. And after about a month, I said, screw that. But all these other guys do. So I'm going to show how professional I am. I'm like, oh, dude, it just bores me to death. Just have a personality. All right. Hope this helps, my friends. Inspire our friend Joe here, and hopefully you can be inspired as well. And look, you don't want to get in front of the video, don't. You can do it without getting in front of the video. You can do it just screen share. And I'm going to be a hard time showing it, but because it might kick me off here. But you can do it without getting in front of the video. You can do it. If you want to do a blog post, if you want to do podcast, but obviously if you're doing stuff on how to, I can't listen on how to wire a switch. I need to watch. So, all right, we'll see you.